Today brings with it some comments from Michel Ancel on Beyond Good and Evil 2, which is finally in full-scale development after years of Ubisoft teasing us going, yeah, we're working on it, promise, it's not being cancelled. But of course, the project came back to life back in September when Ancel posted an image to Instagram which assumedly looked like Paige sitting on the shoulders of someone who presumably could be the original protagonist Jade's father. And quite recently, Kotaku had the chance to speak to Michel after he delivered his keynote at Indiecade Europe about the game's development, why it was never cancelled, and a few other bits. Now, I won't be going through all of his comments, of course, but I will be linking the Kotaku article in the description below, so if you want to give the rest of it a read, please feel free to do so. But let's focus on a few key things. Now, the first thing I want to focus on is something that Michel has said before, and that the reason it's taken this long for the game to go into full development is that the technology simply wasn't mainstream until about 2 years ago. Now, he has made a similar comment but previously, basically saying that, when he first tried to make the game, the technology just wasn't there to realise his vision. And for Beyond Good and Evil 2, Ancel and his team wanted to focus on interplanetary travel. And he said, quote, even on Beyond Good and Evil 1, it was supposed to have space travel and all these things, but we were limited. The big thing that is really cool is that the consoles are now so powerful, the amount of memory the CPU has, you can do this thing now. It's not, oh, we'll never do it, it's working. I've been working on Beyond Good and Evil 2 for a long time, on the technologies that allow you to create those kind of games, tools to draw the big planets and things like that. We're confident in the quality that we can achieve that kind of game. Now, he did say that his team at Ubisoft have been working on the sequel properly since the release of Rayman Legends. However, it's still a long way from release and needs to be what he called, quote, more concrete before he tells us more actual details about it. However, he did go on to say that one of the challenges of scale has been building the components of Beyond Good and Evil 2 without quite knowing how to overcome the computational problems of building a galaxy, which is quite the surmountable task, I could imagine. And he said, quote, we have big questions that are so big you can't know the answers because no physics engine can handle all the dimensions and speeds and things like that. It's like, okay, if no physics engine can do it, how can we achieve that? It's crazy and difficult to explain how technical making a game is. Now, it's not anymore about polygons and things like that, it's about millions of behavioural AI systems and giant spaceships crashing on big planets. So this all gives us a interesting idea of what we can expect of the scale of Beyond Good and Evil 2. It certainly sounds it's going to be quite the jump up from the original, which is fine with me. A game that has been in development or rumoured to be in development or teased to be in development, whatever you want to call the thing that's been happening Beyond Good and Evil 2 the past few years, is going to have high expectations, especially since the original was such a cult classic. It's gonna, they're gonna have to work hard to impress us, especially after everything that Ubisoft's done, dangling in front of us like a carrot, as I keep saying. All that he's saying sounds interesting, if ambitious. It probably means I'm not going to be seeing this game for a few years, but I'd rather Michel and his team take their time, because the last thing I want is them to rush it and this game to be disappointed when it finally does come out. Again, the full comments from Ancel are linked in the description below, as Kotaku's article is there for your perusal. Do check it out if you want to see more of what he had to say. There is a bunch more stuff I haven't touched on here. So thank you again for watching, and I'll see you next time.